Okay, let's see what else. What else is Musk saying?
I think they're getting desperate because, I mean, the reason we're seeing this extreme amount of hatred and violence is because we're actually succeeding in getting rid of corruption and waste. If we weren't succeeding in getting rid of corruption and waste, they wouldn't care.
So, if you genuinely are confused, Mr. Musk, I would suggest that you just watch that clip of yourself there and then sort of flip what you're saying. Right? Let's listen to it one more time. I can help you with this, Mr. Musk, if you genuinely are confused as to why people don't like you.
I think they're getting desperate because, I mean, the reason we're seeing this extreme amount of hatred and violence is because we're actually succeeding.
Okay, so listen to yourself there, Mr. Musk. Whether or not you agree with it, whether or not you think it's factually accurate or correct, there are millions of people in America now who do not feel that you are succeeding at getting rid of corruption and waste. Now, you might be feeling that you're doing that. Let's say that you are doing that. Let me explain to you why they're not feeling that. Okay? Number one, there are millions of people, including people who did vote for Donald Trump and maybe they like you and stuff and want you to be part of Doge, but they don't consider $886 million worth of Medicare, Medicaid, of health benefits to be waste. They can agree that there is absolutely waste and fraud somewhere and things that can be cut back on. Everybody wants that in our government. We literally are begging for it here in England, except they just decided to get rid of $8 billion to disability benefits. So, hey, I keep telling you, we are not, by any means, even good here, okay? We can all agree, even in other countries. But what some of these people, millions of these people, think is that, number one, those things that you say are fraud and waste are not actually fraud and waste, okay? Now, I'm going to go with you, Mr. Musk. Let's go on the thing, but it is waste and fraud and things, okay? Like, okay, great. Here comes my point number two. Point number two is millions of these people who maybe even agree with you that what you're doing or getting rid of might need to be gotten rid of, but there's a lack of evidence and proof. It would be really helpful for them to see exactly where you are finding this amount of money. And again, I'm going to go with you, Mr. Musk. Why do they need to see that? Why can't they just trust me? Why can't they just take me at face value? Awesome. Like, I totally get what you're saying, Mr. Musk. However, yeah, the whole point of Trump and a large reason that his base voted for him is because he says it as it is. He's not sugarcoating things. That's what they believe. He's not sugarcoating things. He just sort of is going to be out and brazen about it and stuff. So when you are saying, why do they need to know proof? Why do they need to see proof? Why can't they just believe me when I say that this is what I found and this is what I'm cutting? This is the amount of money that I'm saving the everyday taxpayer. You and Trump created a perspective where they need to see proof of things. Even if it's made up proof, it sort of picks or it didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So that's a couple of reasons as to why. And you want to just flip reverse what you're saying when you're saying they are angry and annoyed or whatever it was you said about the fact that you are succeeding in getting and cutting fraud and waste. They don't think that you are. And there's a few reasons as to why they don't think that you are, which if you look at it that way, Mr. Musk, you could probably agree that's pretty logical. Sometimes people got really sciencey brains like you, Mr. Musk, right? They love logic. They like information. They want facts. They want proof. And sometimes you, Mr. Musk, will make up proof, even just to come across in a certain way. When you say that you're a level 97, whatever it is in whatever game, and you're not, you even make the effort to pay somebody to help you get to that point, so then you can be it. And you're not even doing that with this. You must be an incredibly logical person to be as smart as you are, as rich as you are, and have come as far as you have. To have all of those ideas in that big old brain of yours, okay? So you can understand how other people also want proof and logic and facts, you know? It does kind of make it's probably not as confusing as you think it is, right? Now let's move on to your next statement.
If we weren't succeeding in getting rid of corruption and waste, they wouldn't care.
Right, again, flip what you're saying. If we weren't getting rid of corruption and waste, then they wouldn't care. No. Because you're not, or they do not feel that you are, because you are not proving it, then yes, they are getting angry. Yes, of course they care. They care because they don't think that you are actually succeeding. Yeah, so again, just flip what it is that you're saying. You could probably make a lot more sense of why they've ended up at the point that they have. Both people who never really wanted you as part of their government in the first place, and also some people who voted for Trump and are like, what you doing? Sometimes it's very hard for you to do, Mr. Musk, because we're talking about millions of people. But what we're doing here is sort of learning how to be in somebody else's shoes. Let me put myself in somebody else's shoes, try and think the thoughts that they would think in that position, try and come to the conclusions that they might come to in that position. Like I do with you all of the time, Mr. Musk. It's actually a lot of fun and a great intellectual exercise. It broadens your perspectives and expands your horizons a little bit. I feel like I understand you, Mr. Musk, a little bit more because I'm able to do that. And it doesn't mean that I ever come to the same conclusions as you. It doesn't mean, like for myself, it doesn't mean that I believe the same things as you. But for a moment, I can put myself in your shoes and say, I can kind of see why Mr. Musk thinks those things. I can see how his certain experiences and life lessons and the information that he has consumed in his life might lead him to that conclusion. But then afterwards I can step out and be like, well, my conclusion is still very, very different. Exploring your perspective does not harm me in any way, Mr. Musk. Feel free to explore other people's perspectives. You won't get hurt. You actually will just get better.